Thailand, July 13th, 2020. To whom it may concern, to all the brothers and sisters who are filled with love and who are taking care of themselves and others, those that are spending their time and thoughts to make others live happily. In the world without barriers, everyone is engaging freely in their daily work. But we, the poor people, are being detained in this dark cell of a few square meters. We are being discriminated against, suffering and being insulted by the most despicable and immoral officers. They take joy in seeing other people being humiliated. We are Uyghurs from East Turkestan. We are hoping that sooner or later, people with a noble spirit will start standing against this tyranny and help take responsibility for the oppressed people like us. We are still being patient and longing to see the sunshine. It's humiliating to be detained without any sin. We can't even tell the difference between day and night. Let us introduce ourselves briefly. We are Uyghurs from East Turkestan who are being detained in diaspora without passports. We left behind our brothers and sisters. We crossed the mountains and rivers by walking, didn't really care where we were heading. We were just seeking for some peace and security. Eventually, when we crossed over to Thailand, we were accused by the local authorities for having illegally crossed the border, according to their law. We accepted the charges and the penalty. They considered deporting us to Turkey because they realized that we were Turks from East Turkestan. Also because we are Uyghurs who are being humiliated abroad and in the East Turkestan by the Chinese government that has spread their influence everywhere in the world. They are a disaster to the world with their despicable behavior. Even in the days when everyone is enjoying the development of the world and having a joy of their life. Since our arrest in Thailand, after having entered the country, we have just been humiliated in the dark immigrant detention centers of Thailand. Since then, we have not been able to rescue ourselves from this oppression. We have asked the Thailand government and human rights organizations in Thailand. Moreover, we have been rejected by the UN office located in Thailand from receiving help to save ourselves or to give us asylum to Europe or to the USA. Many other people have received asylum to those countries through Thailand. The UN office didn't even accept our requests. After we have faced these many difficulties, we knew that China was pressuring these organizations that they should not help Uyghurs. The conditions of the immigrant detention center where we are right now are very bad. Because of this condition, about 10 people are dying every single year. Some of them have hanged themselves, some of them have died from a disease, and some of them have died because they are just too old and have stayed here for too long. Some of the prisoners here can't see the daylight and only eat bad food. As a result, they have become mentally ill. Actually, where we are staying right now is kind of a refugee camp, but now this place has become a detention center, or more like a human annihilation center. Some young Uyghurs among us have died here. Now, most of us are very weak and sick, and we need urgent treatment in hospital. It is forbidden for us to contact with the outside world. Neither can we know how our parents are doing, whether they are alive or dead. If some good-hearted people came to visit us, we can't even meet them. The rules of the detention centers are normal for everyone, but for us Uyghurs, everything is forbidden. Sometimes we don't get halal food, and because of that, we are compelled to eat rice only in order to survive. If we do comparison, we have run away from a tiger but have been caught by a wolf. We have already had more than enough humiliation by the Chinese government, but now we're still suffering humiliation here. If we speak about the humiliation we have been facing for the past 7 years, we would need to eliminate the Thailand government out of humanity. Because, as we said in the beginning, we were acquitted by the court according to Thai law, but the Thailand government is still humiliating us by their power. So we are hoping to make our voices heard to the world, to human rights organizations, wherever there are good-hearted people. And also, if United Nations could help us, as we are being humiliated without a cause, we could at least enjoy our portion of life. We are asking you to help us to get our freedom. We ask you kindly to fulfill your human responsibility to get us free from the dark detention centers of Thailand and stop the Chinese government from intimidating us. If we can't get asylum in any country, we can die here in Thailand or possibly be deported back to China. If this happened, our lives would be in grave danger, and all our relatives in East Turkestan would face very hard oppression from China. So brothers and sisters who have a good and lovely heart, I ask you not to let the 50 Uyghurs die in these dark detention centers in Thailand. Please take responsibility for us and check our request carefully with your human evaluation and spread this message to any place which can help us in this situation. If any country would be willing to take responsibility for us, we would like to obey their rules and laws, work hard and make us and others happy. We would live our normal lives, and moreover, we're looking for help from all nations, the virtuous people from all nations in democratic countries and in the United Nations, human rights organizations and all Islamic countries. At the end, we'd like to thank everyone who's helping to make our voices heard to the world, and I send my warmest greetings to you all. We are Uyghurs from East Turkestan who are looking for your help.